Yes. So, well, a great number of true crimes, but in particular, there's a spate of wrongful convictions in New Zealand, and I was looking at like the David Bain case is an obvious one, Taina Polder, another such case, and I was just looking at the payouts they were getting as well, and trying to, at first, I think one of the questions I really wanted to ask with this novel was how much, or what would it take to have that kind of balance for it to be net neutral as opposed to this really, really negative thing. Obviously going to prison is going to be horrible, particularly if you're innocent, but how much money and what would it take for people to no longer think you're guilty? Because also, even when convictions are overturned, quite often people still, and the public still assume they're guilty. So I wanted to look at that. So I was looking at cases where there had been large payouts and trying to ask myself, would that be enough, or what would that represent to me? The other case I looked at a lot was an international case, Amanda Knox's case in Italy, which is a really famous case of wrongful conviction. And I had some correspondence with her, and she pointed me to some really great resources that helped a lot as well. And again, that to me was just a case that was everything was wrong with it, and she never should have gone to prison, and she didn't receive compensation. So that's the flip side of what can happen. But also, everyone still has some, well, when I say everyone, many people still have some ambiguity. They'll be like, oh, she got off, but where there's smoke, there's fire. She must have done something wrong. So that was a case for me that made me realise, irrespective of how truly innocent you are, and there's a complete absence of evidence in her case, people still think you're potentially guilty. So those are the cases I looked at.